Imagine a scene where the raw, untamed spirit of the African savanna plays out its oldest drama, the relentless dance of life and survival. Here, beauty and brutality exist side by side, a constant, breathtaking ballet. But what if, in the heart of this ancient arena, something truly impossible happens? Something that defies every rule we thought we knew, witnessed by the very people who dedicate their lives to understanding its mysteries. The golden sun beats down on the African savanna, casting long, ethereal shadows from every acacia tree. This is a place of endless horizons and ancient rhythms, a home for some of the planet's most magnificent creatures. And for Sergeant Jabari and his team of African wildlife rangers, it's not just a landscape. It's their lifeblood, their sacred trust. Jabari, with decades of bush wisdom etched into his face, maneuvers their vehicle along a dusty track. Beside him, Ranger Amina, sharp and observant, scans the same vast expanse. They're on a routine patrol, a daily vigil to monitor wildlife populations, track movements, and deter the ever-present threat of poaching. Their days are usually a quiet rhythm of observation and dedication. Suddenly, a sound cuts through the tranquil morning air, not from their radio, but from the wild itself. A desperate, almost imperceptible bleat. Jabari immediately shifts his binoculars. Below a solitary acacia, a tiny gazelle fawn, barely a few days old, its wobbly legs struggling, has become separated from its mother. The fragile creature stands alone, a beacon of vulnerability. And then, the ominous, guttural growl that sends shivers down the spine of every creature on the savanna. A pride of lionesses emerges from the tall grass, their golden eyes fixed on the helpless fawn. This is the moment of ultimate despair, a scene where the natural order seems to dictate a grim, inevitable outcome. Jabari's breath hitches. He raises his binoculars, his jaw dropping almost imperceptibly. Amina gasps beside him. Just as hope seems lost, as the lead lioness prepares to spring, a massive shadow falls over the scene. It's not the shadow of another predator, but something far more unexpected, more ancient, more profound. A colossal, gray form emerges from the hazy distance, silent and majestic. It's an African bush elephant. Its sheer presence, its immense scale, sends a ripple of confusion through the lion pride. They pause, instinctively wary of this gentle giant. And in the ranger vehicle, there is only stunned, reverent silence. Then, with a slow, deliberate movement that seems to defy the very laws of the savanna, the elephant extends its mighty trunk. Not to threaten, not to charge, but to gently, incredibly, scoop up the tiny gazelle fawn. The delicate creature, no bigger than its rescuer's foot, is carefully lifted, tenderly placed on the elephant's broad, textured back. The raw, primal fear that moments ago gripped the savanna instantly transforms into a breathtaking miracle. A miracle witnessed and stunned all by Sergeant Jabari and his team. And that's just the beginning of a story that challenges everything we thought we knew about the animal kingdom, especially when observed by those who know it best. Let's call our magnificent rescuer Tusk. Sergeant Jabari knows her. He's seen her before, distinguished by a small, almost invisible tear in her left ear, a mark from an old skirmish with a rhino. Tusk isn't just any elephant. She's a wise matriarch, bearing the scars and wisdom of many seasons on the savanna. Her matriarchal presence is usually focused on guiding her own herd, but today, her instinct has taken an unprecedented turn. The rangers, usually stoic and objective observers, exchange stunned glances. Ranger Amina, her voice barely above a whisper, articulates what they are all thinking. I've never seen anything like it. Not in all my years. Jabari, a man of few words, simply shakes his head in disbelief, a rare, genuine smile gracing his usually serious face. Their presence, their training, gives us a unique, authentic vantage point into this incredible event. They are witnesses, trained to interpret the most subtle behaviors of the wild. And this, they know, is off the charts. Zoologists and ethologists have long studied the complex emotional lives of elephants. They are known for their profound social bonds, their capacity for grief, and even their ability to recognize and remember individuals over long periods. They mourn their dead, display complex communication, and exhibit remarkable intelligence. While direct interspecies adoption is incredibly rare, acts of protection and what appears to be profound compassion have been documented before, though usually not quite like this. Is Tusk's action an extension of her powerful maternal instincts, triggered by the helplessness of the fawn? Elephants are fiercely protective of their young, and perhaps the gazelle's vulnerability resonated with that primal instinct. Or is there a more nuanced, perhaps even unique, individual trait at play, a rare glimmer of what we might call pure altruism? We often talk about kin selection, where animals protect those genetically similar, or reciprocal altruism, expecting a favor in return. But a tiny gazelle can offer no benefit to a giant elephant. This incredible event, validated by the experienced, meticulous eyes of the rangers, prompts us to consider that perhaps empathy isn't always about direct benefit. Sometimes it's about a deeper, less understood connection to life itself, a recognition of shared vulnerability in this vast, often dangerous world. This particular act speaks to the potential for empathy to transcend species boundaries, a gentle echo of our own human capacity for compassion, mirrored in the colossal heart of a giant. But what truly drives such an act of kindness, observed and documented by those who live closest to the wild? And how does it challenge our understanding of survival? The savannah holds many more trials. The immediate danger from the lions may have passed, but the savannah is a constant, unforgiving test. Now, Tusk, with a tiny fawn precariously perched on her back, faces new, unprecedented dilemmas. How does an elephant, whose diet consists of tons of tough vegetation, ensure a gazelle, needing milk and tender shoots, survives? The ranger team, captivated by the raw, undeniable emotional power of the event, makes a collective decision. They will monitor Tusk and her unlikely companion from a respectful distance. Using specialized long-lens cameras and a quiet, high-altitude drone, they meticulously document every interaction, every challenge, ensuring they never disturb the delicate, evolving bond. Their footage reveals Tusk's remarkable adaptations. Sergeant Jabari observes Tusk deviating from her usual migratory paths, choosing routes through denser bush that offer more cover for the tiny fawn. She slows her usual pace, allowing the fawn to maintain its balance. She stops longer in areas with tender shoots, allowing the fawn to tentatively descend and graze when it needs to. The fawn itself faces a monumental adaptation. It's safe from ground predators on Tusk's back, a sanctuary of colossal proportions. But how does it manage thirst, hunger, and the instinct to return to its own kind? The ranger's meticulous observations provide some answers. They capture moments of the fawn tentatively stepping down when Tusk is grazing, only to quickly scramble back up at the slightest sign of danger, or at Tusk's almost imperceptible rumble and gentle nudge with her trunk. Tusk seems to understand the fawn's need for ground-level nourishment, yet her primary concern is its safety. This journey isn't just about physical survival. It's about the emotional bond that deepens with each passing day. Tusk's colossal presence offers the fawn a security it could never find alone, a living, breathing fortress. And the fawn, in its trusting vulnerability, awakens an even deeper layer of protectiveness in Tusk, transforming her immense power into an almost unbelievable tenderness. This unlikely pair, silently watched by a team dedicated to conservation, became a living, breathing symbol of resilience against the odds, a testament to how life finds a way, even in the most improbable partnerships. The rangers, witnessing this unfolding miracle through their lenses, found their own sense of purpose renewed. It was a profound reminder of why they do what they do. Yet the savannah holds many more trials, and the greatest challenge isn't just surviving, but thriving in a world not designed for such unusual partnerships. And the rangers continued their silent vigil, pondering the deeper meaning of what they had seen. The bond between Tusk and the gazelle fawn, though perhaps fleeting in the grand scheme of the savannah and meticulously observed by the rangers, offers a profound lesson. It compels us to reconsider our anthropocentric views of empathy. Is compassion a uniquely human trait, or is it a fundamental force woven into the very fabric of life itself, waiting to be seen and understood? This rescue, defying conventional predator-prey dynamics and survival of the fittest narratives, suggests that sometimes the most powerful force isn't aggression or competition, but kindness. This truth, validated by the silent, professional observations of Sergeant Jabari and his team, holds immense weight. They see the raw wild every day, and even they were stunned. From a scientific perspective, this incident, while incredibly rare, opens doors to understanding the complexities of animal consciousness and emotional intelligence. It highlights the invaluable role of frontline rangers in gathering such crucial, often breathtaking, data that expands our understanding of the natural world. For us, as observers, it sparks a vital question. What does it mean to protect the vulnerable, even when there's no clear benefit to ourselves? This story resonates deeply with our own human capacity for empathy, a capacity that finds its expression not only in grand gestures, but also in the quiet dedication of those who protect the wild, and in the everyday acts of kindness we extend to one another. It reminds us that acts of compassion, no matter how small or unexpected, can ripple outwards, creating connections where none seemed possible. It gently nudges us to look beyond perceived differences and find common ground in our shared existence on this planet, fostering a sense of shared responsibility for all life. The image of the elephant and the gazelle, safeguarded in part by the discreet presence of the rangers, becomes a powerful metaphor for harmony, interdependence, and the quiet miracles that unfold when we choose to act with compassion and care for the wild. This story, brought to us by the silent guardians of the savannah, is more than just an amazing animal encounter. It's a gentle whisper from the wild, urging us to look deeper and act with care. The image of the mighty elephant, Tusk, gently cradling a fragile gazelle fawn on her back, witnessed by the dedicated eyes of the African rangers, will forever be etched in our minds. It's a testament to the extraordinary kindness that can emerge from the most unexpected corners of the world, and the silent heroism of those who protect it. This isn't just a tale of survival. It's a profound narrative about connection, about stepping outside of our perceived roles, and about the quiet power of empathy, underscored by the human presence that observed and recorded this miracle. In a world that often feels chaotic and divided, stories like Tusk's, meticulously documented and shared by those like Sergeant Jabari and his team, offer a beacon of hope. They remind us that even the largest and most powerful can offer tenderness, and the smallest can inspire monumental acts of care. It's a gentle solution to a moment of despair, a reminder that the answer isn't always aggression, but sometimes simply a helping hand or a trunk watched by vigilant human eyes. This narrative asks us to look beyond the surface, to recognize the intricate web of life, and to find our own roles within it. It encourages us to cultivate a deeper sense of connection, not just with other humans, but with the entire living world around us. What small act of compassion can you offer today? How can you look for the unexpected connections, the gentle solutions, in your own life, in your communities, in your relationships? And importantly, how can you support the incredible work of wildlife rangers who are on the front lines, protecting these magnificent creatures and preserving the wild places where such miracles unfold? Their tireless efforts ensure that these stories continue to inspire, continue to teach us about the profound depths of nature's heart. Let Tusk's story, illuminated by humanity's guardians, be a quiet inspiration, a powerful yet gentle reminder that every act of kindness and every effort in conservation has the power to create a ripple, transforming moments of vulnerability into miracles of connection and safeguarding the future of our shared planet. If this story touched your heart and filled you with hope, share it with someone who needs a reminder of kindness. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories from the natural world, often brought to light by the incredible dedication of wildlife conservationists. Join us next time for another journey into the heart of connection and gentle solutions.